You got it. Can you kill these fucking things? Hey guys, welcome back. Round the TikTok here. Hope you enjoyed this one. Back by popular demand, I think. Comparing my views on my videos on YouTube, the breakdowns of the weapons only get like 1,000 hits, but this one is kind of blowing up, almost at 10K. Hopefully by the end of the week, we'll hit that kind of number, which is awesome. So that tells me that you guys want to see more trap tunnel videos. I'm going to start a brand new series called the best tunnels ever in Fortnite. We're going to go over modified builds or regular builds of the normal tunnels you usually use in Fortnite. We're going to talk about why they're good, why you should use them, and then we're going to show you some twists and tricks that you might want to try out yourself, such as this video today. This video today is going to be a modified timeout box build. I was goofing around, and this build, when it works, is fantastic. It's probably my favorite tunnel build. Now, it's not the most efficient, it's not the cheapest, but damn it, it's a lot of fun, and on top of that, it does a crap ton of damage. You'll actually, if it works perfectly, you'll never have to shoot a bullet. It just completely recycles the husks. Now, I'm not claiming to do anything amazing here, just goofing around and showing you guys cool and innovative ways that you can trap up your bases in Fortnite or the defenses. Now, this video behind you is me and one other guy in a 94 4-man bomb mission that went to absolute shit. My buddy here, Kenjiro, he helps me with most of my recording. Thank you, Kenjiro. I know you're going to be watching this. Appreciate all your help, by the way. But while we were recording this, and trust me, these videos take a long time to set up and record and get the thumbnail and stuff. This mission in particular went to absolute crap, even with the tunnels, but it wasn't the tunnel's fault. It was the pathing of the husks was really off. And on like the northeast side, the tunnel just blew up, and I have no idea how. But regardless, we're going to show you how to build this. This is the new trap tunnel I'm talking about. It's a modified timeout box, like I said, and we're going to tell you why, if it can work, how effective it is. It's kind of stupid how effective it is. In fact, I'm going to show you footage of the tunnel doing too much damage, and I needed to take the traps off of it so it could actually do its job of recycling the husks. We're going to show you all that and more coming up right now. The brand new series. This is the second video. This is the best trap tunnels ever. If we use our pillars as husks once again, this is exactly how you would end up doing this build. This is just from the last video. There's the old trap tunnel that I showed you guys how to build it, and this is how we're going to do this. So if these husks once again are the enemies, let's say that's the spawn. We can't build up too close because they'll just break it with the spawn lightning. So we're going to build back here. We're going to start off by boxing off one side and then boxing off the other, because we don't want them to pass. Right now, this build, it's almost specifically used for straight on attacks, linear attacks, where they're coming directly at you. If it was at an angle, the pathing could mess up like it did in the background footage of the beginning of the video, and they'll come and they'll just smash through a wall like that. Now, if you come over here, you're going to build like a normal timeout box, which would be very similar to this right here. So this would be a timeout box. You would put a wall pusher here, and then a wall pusher here, floor spikes here and here, and finally you would put damaging traps here, 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 here. Now what you're going to do differently is you're going to not actually put ceilings at this point. You're going to do something a little different. Now, granted, you need something specific for this build, and that something specific is going to be a floor launcher with as much impact and knockback as you can get. Now, considering this one in particular, it's 3,200 knockback. Now you can convert that into tiles, so it's 3.2 tiles. They get flung 3.2 tiles into the sky. Now, if this was a normal timeout box, all you would do is put damaging traps here, 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 and of course the gas trap up top, possibly a frozen trap here, and then you add a little flare to it to keep them walking longer and longer. Now, this is all the same. The difference comes in these boxes right here. If you do have one of these knock up max perked floor launchers, this build is definitely for you. So all you have to do is add them to the floor there. Over here on your second one, you're going to want to build like this, 2 tiles high, and cap it off with stairs. Or you can press F4 and do the inverted pyramid thing that, you know, I know a lot of guys are a fan of, but stairs work just as well. Then you come back to this first one, and again, you push this right just like that. Hop down here, open this up because you want them to hit this and go back out. So what this does, and it does work on everything except smashers sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't knock smashers up, but what happens is they get pushed here. Let's just finish placing the traps. They get pushed here, right into here, right, and you're gonna have some stun lights or some wall dynamos right here, and let's just craft a couple stun lights. You're gonna have stun lights on here because remember on my first video I said it's all about time management. So you're gonna put this something along the lines of this, and of course you're gonna have your floor spikes like this. So the husks, these pillars, are going to spawn in. They're not going to take this path right here because this path is blocked off with the barricade. They are going to path in here. What's going to happen is, boom, they're going to hit this. They're going to get slowed. They're going to get pushed into here. This, or this, one of the things is going to break its impact, the husk's impact, which leads to a stun. Now, if it's one of the wall lights, hopefully that's what you're hoping for, the husk will get stunned, or the group of husks will get stunned. They'll pop up off this and back out they go, also taking damage from the wall dynamo. Again, now the first group of husks is here. Now, while these traps are reloading, another group of husks will probably path to this one. Again, same thing. You can place wall dynamos or you can place stun lights. I prefer stun lights personally. And you break that impact guard. They get bounced by this. Now, this is where you need the max impact. Granted, I have my giveaway maze here and I can't show you exactly, but I'll show you footage of it working anyway. You build up to 1, 2, and you put stairs, not 1, but 2 tiles over. Just build another stairs right there on top of that. What's going to happen here is if they are max impact traps, that they will go up there and skirt to the bottom and land kind of, either if they're smaller husks, they will land off this thing. They won't even hit it. They won't even get close to it. They will land out back near their spawn if they're smaller husks. If they're bigger husks, such as refrigerator husks or smashers or anything with a hard right angle, there is a chance and a probability that they are going to land on this thing. Now, what you can do to counteract that is I like throwing a freeze trap up there and having them, you know, get frozen on there, and it allows me, if I'm hanging out on the base, I can DPS them. My defender can DPS them. Somebody can do some DPS somewhere. Oh, I almost forgot. Of course, you're going to want to have your gas traps up here. Let me craft those real quick. So what this leads to is an endless recycling of enemies. If hypothetically our base was right here, then the husks would never have a chance to get in there. So, like I said, this is going to be a series about cool and interesting trap tunnels that you might want to use in Fortnite. Things get a little stale sometimes, and it's always nice to, you know, spice things up and check out new builds and things like that. So finally, let me show you guys some footage of it working perfectly, and I mean perfectly. This is actually the game that I had to break the gas traps because they were just doing way too much damage and I couldn't get the second rotation of husks. They would just die. Granted, this is only a level 76 4-man, so I believe the enemies are like 88, 93, something like that. And I wanted to do it higher, but me and Kenjiro in the beginning of the video literally spent like 3 or 4 hours trying to get lucky on a spawn because you do need a specific spawn for this. So this is earlier footage that I took today and it worked perfect. We did it a little different. Instead of making 2 timeout boxes, we made kind of one bigger one and then we just put up stairs across the whole thing. This allows them to get knocked up. It kind of reverses the entire entire idea of where the enemies go. The first box is the higher one, and the second box is the lower one. Granted, it's not the best, but it still kind of works because the second box drops them into the first box and they get rebounced. So let's go over this, exactly how much damage is being done and why this build, when it works, is probably one of the best if you do not mind spending resources. So here we go. This is where things get kind of crazy. They spawn in, and let me correct myself here. They're level 87. This is when the tunnel is doing way too much damage. We're not getting the second rotation. I can't show off the trap, as it were. So I'm over here breaking the tunnel with a base on, and it takes a pretty decent amount of time. But after this, we're gonna skip right to it. You're gonna see the rotation that I'm speaking about. This spawn in particular was 4 spawns. I believe it was 4 spawns. So I was trying to get as much footage in the video as I possibly could from all points, but you can see here it working pretty flawlessly. Even the little guys that get smacked into the timeout box and then just flung back over the first side. This is an infinite cycle, guys. Infinite. You could do this for as long as the tunnels last. And we come over here, we try to kill the mini boss real quick. Now, granted, it's just 2 of us in a 4-man, so the enemies do spawn a lot, and I'm trying my best to focus on, you know, the video footage of seeing the husk getting flung back over. If you guys didn't believe me, you can see it right here in front of your own eyes. It becomes an infinite cycle. Now, granted, do you need to do this? No. You don't. No, you don't at all. Nothing really in the game is this difficult that you need to recycle enemies like this, except maybe SSDs. This would be one of the best SSD tunnels in the entire game. This is probably, I've never watched the video, but this is, I'm assuming, something that David Dean did when he soloed his SSD 10 in Twin Peaks. Things like this are fun. Things like this are interesting. Things like this are what keep players like me coming back. There's nothing in the game that I really need. There's nothing to grind for. So I sit here and I come up with innovative ways to have fun. And this is my most recent concoction. And since we're doing this new playlist, this new thing of trap videos, I figured, you know what? Let me show it to you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're into stuff like this or any of my other guides and videos, if you hit that like button, I'd appreciate it. If not, no big deal. If you want to come check me out live, we're really close to partner, guys, like really close. I'm grinding my butt off. Come stop by twitch.tv/roundedtiktak. I really hope to see you there. We're doing Fortnite carries, gun giveaways, everything you could possibly want from a Fortnite streamer. I'd really love to see you there. And that's about it. If you have any ideas or you want me to try out one of your tunnels that you think is better or unique or something like that, leave it in the comments. I'll get back to it, and I might actually ask you a question like, hey, you know, it's a 2x1, but what does that actually mean? It's a 4x7, but what's the actual build? I can add you, you can show me, and I can put it up on a YouTube video if I think it's, you know, interesting enough. I think that'd be a really cool idea. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's definitely something you guys should try out, especially on the harder missions. I'll see you on the next one, guys. Until then, TikTak out.